Power Up Gaming, the only destination you need for retro video games, consoles, and accessories. Want access to exclusive specials? Like us on Facebook.
So, on cue with Barrie, we've got a nice little snowfall, but there's our sign for Power Up. Then we come around, sandwiched between Domino's and Wild Wing at 490 Mapleview Drive West. That's in front of the store, so we'll take a walk inside. Just gonna pause for a sec. So we're just gonna do a quick little walk around the store here, so I can show you some of the stuff we actually have in here. So over here we have our console wall. So these are all the consoles that we currently have for sale. All of our consoles come with a 3-month warranty. They've all been refurbished. All of our 70 or NES systems come with brand new 72-pin connectors in them. All the systems also come with original controllers, and our N64, our lonely N64 there, we got get a few more out of the back, comes with an original Nintendo controller also. Normally we have a few more Retrons. We're just waiting for a shipment to come in from Hyperkin. So right now we got a lonely Retron 5 up there. We got some of our special edition stuff around. Then we come over to our accessory wall of chaos. It is all organized. Most of our accessories are brand new, but basically we carry accessories from all categories of gaming consoles. So if we don't have the accessory, probably nobody else will. But we try and keep a full stock of accessories. Coming over to the left here, we have all of our game guides, manuals for the different games and everything. And then we also have our mug selection. So lots of different gaming style mugs, all priced at $10. We'll have a lot of those at the Barrie Game Exchange too. And then down below we have our Atari collection, some more game guides. And of course our different candy selections and little knickknacks. And a rather big tray just being pulled right now to be put out. So we'll stay around the outside of the store here. There's my beautiful wife. Then we go over to our display cabinet here, which kind of houses a lot of our breakable soaps, which we will be featuring at the Barrie Game Exchange also. And some of our employee-made stuff also. And yes, these are actually soaps that you're looking at. Up top, we get into some of our complete in box systems, which is looking a little bit empty right now. We just sold a few, so we got a few more in the back that we got to get out. And then we have our retro video game collection. So down here at the bottom left is our Intellivision and Atari. Sorry, I guess just Intellivision. Going up, we got our Sega Genesis all the way up to the top here. Coming over here is all of our Nintendo, getting into our Super Nintendo, and then some complete in boxes. And then right across, we've got some of our more rare stuff at the top there. GameCube, Wii, sealed case stuff. And then we've got a little bit of a trophy case here of some of our complete in boxes, sealed copies. Things that are worth a little bit more money that we just want to put on display. And then some of our complete in box Game Boy games. And then going down to our Nintendo 64 collection. Out in the front of the store here, we tend not to have any more than 2 copies of any single game. So everything you're seeing here is usually either singles or just doubles. And then we also have our discount bins here, which are always just buy one, get one 50% off with a rather large selection of games. We'll come over here. So just some of our accessories and things that don't fit on regular shelves. And then we have our wall of games. All broken down by systems. So we're starting out here with the Xbox 360. And then moving into our PS3 selection. Pretty much again, there's no more than 2 accessories or 2 copies of the game. In some cases 3, but most cases 2. Everything else is stored in the back. And we go to our Xbox original games. And then all the way over to our PS2 section, which is overflowing at the moment. Got a lot of PS2 titles. And then again, cabinets in the front. Lots of different accessories that don't necessarily fit anywhere else. And then coming over here, we got our top shelf, dance mats, accessories. Again, things that don't normally fit anywhere else. All the way across. And going over to the left here, we'll talk about our stuffed animals. We try and keep a good selection of stuffies. Tend to be big sellers for our customers. There's some of those guys, big Eevee evolutions, a little chaotic right now. And then over to our other side here. So a lot of Pokemons and different game systems and more hanging ones there. And then our other plushes. And then over here, we have our PS1 game selection. Always expanding. We've got a number of newer ones coming out. Large selection coming out in the near future. And then our newest generation. Again, we don't specialize in Xbox One and PS4. We leave that to the big guys, Walmart, EB Games, those guys. So we only deal with the used ones. And like I said, not a huge selection, but that's not really our specialty. And then we have Chop Shop Goods, who supplies us all of our t-shirts, which we will be bringing to the Barrie Game Exchange. We have a new shipment coming in just beforehand. So we've got all those ones there. We're just going to circle around here. So gift cards of all types. Mostly gaming related. We do a lot of Xbox, PlayStation, League, Google cards, those kind of things. Then I'll take another shot here of the t-shirts on the other side. So one of our most popular ones, the Umbrella Corporation. And then we have our GameCube selection here. So this is more of our general titles. And I will mention that there's a lot more titles that are going to be coming out in the near future. But again, we tend not to keep any more than 2 to 3 copies of any game on the shelf. Okay. Just going to come around to the other side here. Try not to get you guys too sick from speeding around. So, again, accessories, Skylanders, things that don't have a lot of room. Blu-ray selection, which we're trying to cut out all the video games because we're running out of room. Sorry, all the movies and videos, just because we're running out of room. We want to make more room for video games. Here, we have probably one of the largest DS collections around that we've seen in any retail stores anyways. So again, no more than 2 to 3 copies of any one game. We have this section here. And this section over here for DS games. And then moving into our PSP selection. So pretty large selection of different titles for the PSP. And we're just going to spin around this one here. And we get to our Wii selection. At the bottom here also we have some TurboGrafx, Sega Saturn, CDI, 3DO, Sega CD. Not a huge selection of that stuff. We tend not to get a lot of that stuff in Barrie, so it's a little more scarce than some of the other areas, but we do have some. And then our Wii selection. So pretty large Wii collection here. And then our empty game cases. So we carry all the game cases, DS, 3DS, PS Vita, PS2, Wii, and the Xbox 360. We will start carrying the PS4 and the Xbox One once we get more requests for them. And then accessories that don't tend to sit anywhere else, or ones that are on discount, Skylanders, things like that. Here's our PS or PC emulation section. So most of the controllers and stuff here are all PC emulation. And then back at our sales counter. So the other thing I will highlight is our spinners. So in this spinner here, we tend to have all of our Game Boy games. And then we have our Game Gear spinner. And then moving over, we have our Game Boy Original again. And then our Game Boy Advance games. So the other thing to note is that we do have a huge selection of these in binders also. And behind the counter here, if we can see past these stacks of games, We have our cosplay hats, which do rather well. And then that big unit there with all the different characters on is actually our disc storage. None of our cases out front have discs in them. They're all alphabetically stored in the display there. I'll give you a quick peek of the back. It's a little bit chaotic, but just to give you an idea of what kind of selection we have and how much we're kind of exploding at the seams here. We've been open for just over, I guess just under 4 years. But we've been trying to make use of every single inch of space in the back room here. So again, it hasn't been really cleaned up or anything. But here we have a lot of our repair parts, which are just being reorganized. But as you can see, we've got 30-foot ceilings here. And we make use of every single inch of space. So this is just overstock of items here. Massive, massive overstock of items, trades, buys. Anything we buy for cash has to be put on hold for 30 days, as per Barrie bylaw. So a lot of those are ones that we can't show you guys yet. But all the way up to the roof. And then as we come around here, we've got some discounts, some repairs. These are all of our system baggies for the different systems we have out front. And our puppy, that's Blue. We're coming into the back here. This is our high-tech cleaning area and kitchen area. Our testing desk, and there's a couple of the complete boxes that are in pretty much mint condition that we got to get out front. We just got to go through testing. But that's our full testing area. Then we move on to, so these ones are just repairs that are in, repairs for customers. And then we get into the chaos of the repair area. So this is where we do all of our repairs. Right now we got an Atari Lynx on the desk. And our dog's bowls. And then we have our extra storage over here of different consoles, repair parts, and such. So that about concludes the tour of all of our store, but hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can always send me a comment on this video or on Facebook or email. Thank you.